All right. Today we are talking about, are we in danger and should we stop? Let's jump in. Hi everybody and welcome back. It's so lovely to have you all back here as usual. I love having you back every week and us having the chats down below. Now, before we jump in, I want to give a big shout out to Gidra Bay. Hi Gidra, how are you, hon? You're always commenting down below lately. You're one of my newest commentators down below. You've probably been watching for a while but haven't been commenting, and I really appreciate your comments. Love having a chat with you. And anyone else that wants to have an shout out next week, and just comment down below. And by the way, a lot of you seem to have forgotten, I don't know how this has happened now, I really don't, to subscribe. I mean, there's about 50% of you watching all the time and you haven't subscribed. So if you wouldn't mind, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit that red subscribe button, hit the bell beside it. It helps us out a lot here and we're working bloody hard. And from my last videos, guys, thank you so much. You've been brilliant. I don't want to hold you too long. So let's jump into it. I want to do the fragrance of the day before we jump into this subject of the cost of flex culture. Is it dangerous? Are we in danger? And should we stop? It's an important topic and it has to be addressed. But first, the fragrance of the day is none other than Beautiful Delina. This beauty is sweet and pretty and floral and feminine. And as you know, let's start on a good note. On the top notes, if you like something fruity, she has lychee and rhubarb, which can be a bit sharp, but it is broken down with the Turkish rose on the mid notes, peony, musk and vanilla. She also has bergamot and nutmeg in there. And on the base notes, cashmere, cedar, vetiver and incense. And you know I love this beauty. I love the packaging, I love the bottle, and she is a beauty. Now, today, ladies and gents, and I know my audience love a bit of fun as much as I do, love the crack, love the banter, and we're always going to have that on this channel. But from the very start, when I started this channel, I wanted it to be about more than handbags. I know you are a discerning audience. I've said that from the start. Also, I have talked about mental health, and today I want to talk about our flex culture. Are we in danger and should we stop? I think we all have seen poor Tamara Kalanick in the news, all over social media in the past few weeks. And to be honest, I wanted to do this video way before that happened to Tamara. And that's why I did not use her image on the thumbnail, because I don't want to cash in on her misfortune. I just really don't. This is just a subject I wanted to personally address myself, and it has happened to her, unfortunately, and I wish her all the best. I want to give you the definition of flexing. What is it? Of course, most of us know what it is. We all know what it is. It's basically showing off, isn't it? I mean, we are all guilty of it here on YouTube, if you want to call it that. And, you know, sometimes we'll say, look, we want to share with like-minded people, and of course we do, and people who appreciate the good things in life. But when we are in danger, and when we are putting ourselves out there, and we are now more vulnerable than ever, when we have seen what happens to somebody, you just have to take stock, and you just have to be wary of what's going on. I'm not into all the hauls and all the big, you know, massive hauls. I will treat myself every now and again, but in between those videos, I like the mindful shopping side of things. I like the responsibility. You know, I'm quite practical, and I love a bit of fun, and that's what it's all about. And enjoying what you have, and loving all the people around you. And actually, that was one of Tamara's messages, where she said things are to be used and people are to be loved. I couldn't agree with the girl more. The second definition for flexing is not only showing off, but you're showing off your valuables in a non-humble way. It's being flashy to the extreme consumerism, is totally excessive. You know, when you're seeing people basically renting out studios, renting out private jets and all this kind of stuff just for social media, so they can flex, so they can pretend that the premises or the jet is theirs and that their lifestyle is theirs. It's not even theirs. It's an illusion. So you have to be so careful with social media, and just know in your head that, listen guys, some of this is true, a lot of it is false. It's just like TV, it's just like radio, it's just like, you know, media and the written word, if you're reading newspapers and things like that. As my dad always said, a paper never refuses ink, and it's the same with social media. You know, it comes across that, you know, these people have amazing lifestyles. And one thing what I will say, and I think is really terrible, and I just think it's mean that some people can be deceptive, very, very deceptive on social media. And that's why in my videos I want to be as honest as I can. I really do, because there's no point in me being here. I can't stand it. It annoys me actually when people are deceptive. And one thing I teach my children is, above all, you do not lie in this household. You just don't. My children actually get rewarded, not rewarded, but when they tell the truth, they actually won't get in as much trouble as if they lie. And that is something I stick to. It is a rule in our house, and I've seen it across social media, you know, the illusions and people buying products for content, people buying product to make a video. I buy 2 bags, help me out, help me make my decision, I'm going to send one back. Listen, again, that is so transparent. Sometimes I just want to jump on my keyboard and go, listen, stop it, please stop it. We all know what you're doing. You're buying 2 bags. Help, audience, please help me decide, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what the bag looks like. We all know what the bag looks like. If you're into looks, you've either been in Louis Vuitton or Hermes, you've been in Chanel, you pretty much know what the bag looks like, particularly if it's not a new season bag, if it's one from seasons ago. Those things are so annoying, so incredibly annoying to me. But more so, what's annoying is the deception to your audience. I have said before, there is nothing worse than somebody insulting your intelligence. And I certainly wouldn't do that, because I just think we're all intelligent here. There's a lot of intelligent people out there. And once you start doing those things, you are thinking that you're more intelligent than somebody else, which is so patronizing. The likes of, like, people basically, their whole central image and brand is on their wealth. Like, if you take Jeffree Star, Jake Paul, Gabby DeMartini, the Ace family, the life of a billionaire's son, his name is Bobby. I've only heard of these people and touched on their videos. But the insanity and the excessive consumerism and consumption. If you think, and I know like a lot of you follow some of my fellow YouTubers, that we're bad with the 1, 2 or 3 luxury hauls. These people, as you know, the Jenners have wardrobes and closets of things, not alone the waste and everything else and the size of the house that you have to have for the storage. And let's not get into all of that, because that's a whole other video. I'll make a video on that if you feel like it. The culture that we're in today, well, I think we all know by now, is putting yourself out there to be stolen, for your house to be robbed, as Tamara's was. I have my own personal story that I'm going to share with you in a couple of minutes. I have 3 different times that I was actually personally robbed that I will share with you. And I just know that invasion of privacy is horrendous. And it is something I have questioned more and more. So how can you enjoy your items if you're constantly going to be worried about if they're going to be stolen, if they're going to be marked, if they're going to be, you can't take them out in case somebody spills a drink on them. There's all that other side of consumerism and flexing that you have to take into account. But the main thing and the danger that we are in now is obviously being burglarized. You know, somebody coming into your home, invading your space, putting you at danger. They are obviously the top dangers that we're in today. Should we stop is the question. Should this all stop and everybody just go, right, I'm not doing this anymore. This is actually ridiculous. Or if you're clever enough or smart enough that you have a really good security system, good for you. If you don't tag your location so much when you're on holidays. Don't do it in real time. You know, when you're post either before your holiday or after your holiday. Be very, very careful. Maybe some of you are smart enough, or some of us are smart enough to store our bags in a completely different place than where we live, because we want to protect our families and our children. And maybe people think they're in our houses, but they're not in our houses at all. At the end of the day, if you look at people like I've seen examples of the likes of Alyssa Violet, it's just the excessive. She's standing there with 8 Louis Vuitton bags around her, and it's just like it's been a long day. Now, I know a lot of the thumbnails are to get you to click in and watch the video. Listen, I know, I'm in the business myself. But a lot of these people do just go out and buy 8 bags, and that's just nothing to them. That's just a normal day, like it is for the rest of us. Not. The rest of us are here working away, slaving away, and adding up our coins to get that bag. Which, to be honest, I really feel that you really appreciate what you buy and what you get when you obtain your item, your absolutely, whether it be your dream bag, your unicorn, whatever it may be, but you appreciate it a lot more when you work for it, and that delayed gratification. And I've always said the anticipation of getting the bag, the item, the car, the house, the holiday, whatever it may be. The anticipation of getting it is almost better than getting the actual item itself. Like, I 100% believe in this. When I got my Pichette Matisse, I think that's why I love that bag so much, because the memories behind it. The absolute hard slog I had to go through to get that bag. I was telling you before, I phoned my friend in Paris. He works in Louis Vuitton. He has done for years. He couldn't get it for me. It was sold out everywhere around Brown Thomas in Dublin. I did everything I could. Eventually, I sourced her, and do you know what? I just love that bag, and it definitely has to be the memories behind it, because I find sometimes, I've said this before in magpies, I was going to say, in other videos, but yes, we are like magpies. The minute we get something, the newness, the shininess is gone off it, and the magic is gone, and we're moving on to the next thing. I just really feel that, you know, we have to all step back and be responsible, because the ugly sides are basically, we are letting our children, and as I've said before about having responsibility as YouTubers, we're letting our children, I have a younger audience who are looking at me going, well, if she thinks that's okay and I look up to her, well then that's okay for me. But it's not okay, and I want that message to go out there. It's absolutely okay if you don't put yourself in debt. You know, if you've worked hard for it and you're not being excessive and you appreciate and you take joy in your items, it's absolutely okay. But I really, like, I've a young daughter, as I know I talk about a lot. I don't talk about my son so much because he's just not into handbags. He's more into football and rugby. Don't think I don't love him just as much. Of course I do. But my daughter Katie, who is coming on 15, we have an absolute responsibility to our children to make sure they do not become entitled. Absolutely do not want her to have either of my children. I want them to be conscientious. I want them to be autonomous and to just be able to do things for themselves, just be competent, and not have to rely on somebody else to provide a life for them, just to be independent. And I just think it's so important for us as parents, as teachers, as older, you know, influencers, to teach people that it is not okay to be entitled. It is not okay to expect somebody else to hand you a handbag or expect this luxury lifestyle from somebody else. And that's something I certainly don't want to come across on this channel. Katie definitely works for anything that she gets, whether it be in her schoolwork or anything like that. I just think it's really important to focus on things that people can't take away from us, whether it be education, whether it be memories, whether it be travel, whether it be moving, just leveling up in life yourself. Focus on yourself, and people can never, ever, ever take away those things from you. Work on your resilience, work on your tenacity, work on working hard, and work on connections with people and where you place your value, not in designer items. Like, I love my designer items, but they're more like a treat for a goal that I've achieved, and that's the way I work it. I can't have something unless I sell something or unless I've achieved a goal, and that makes me like it all the more, rather than if somebody handed it to me, which has happened to me in the past as well. Now, I just wanted to touch on my story as well, which I was telling you earlier about how when I was broken into / mugged a couple of times. The first time, my flat in Rathmines, as a lot of people out there would know, in Ireland, I'm from the country, which is about an hour from Dublin. So when a lot of us move up to Dublin when we're like 19, we move into a flat and then we work our way up from there. And that's what I did, and my flat was broken into, and I was 19. That was the very first time I was broken into, and I never, ever, ever forget the feeling of walking into my flat. And actually, I think the person was still in there when we walked back in, but the guards were involved, and there was so many people in the actual flat that the person escaped. Now, to be honest, there was absolutely nothing of value. Can you imagine, 19-year-old moving up? I had no money, I had nothing at the time, so there was nothing to be taken. It was just that invasion of privacy. The second time, I was in Madrid, in Sol in Madrid, and I was modelling. And I was, what age was I then? I was 19 again, actually, wasn't too long after. And I went to Madrid, and I went to Sol, and I was with two other girls, Victoria Bilson and another girl who her name escapes me, Lisa Doherty. We were having an amazing time, very young, very naive, very green, going out one night. I had a little bum bag, or fanny bag as you call it in the States. Going out one night, and I was mugged, basically. Somebody came and just pulled it off my shoulder, and luckily it kind of ended up here. And by my absolute intuition and just my reflexes, I started pulling this way, he was pulling that way, and he didn't get my bag. Now, I was black and blue on my arm for about 2 weeks afterwards. But another guy, an English guy that we had met, was with us and decided to run after this guy. And we were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So we got the cops, we got into the car, we were driving around Saul for about an hour looking for this guy. At the time, nothing major in my life like that had happened. I was so green and so naive to everything that I was like, oh my God, he's dead, he's dead, he's definitely dead. And because this, you know, you don't mess. I didn't realise that Saul was quite a dangerous area in Madrid. Anywhere in a big city, I suppose, is, and they completely target the young girls who are completely green and naive and not expecting anybody, just, you know, running along the joys of life, thinking who we're going to meet, what we're going to do, and what we're going to dance to, and what we're going to drink. That's the only worries we had that night, except for when this happened. Anyway, an hour and a half later, we have eventually find the guy. He's sitting in a bar having a pint. Yeah, that's what he's doing. We're crying, literally crying our eyes out, thinking he's dead in some back alleyway and being stabbed. And we walk in and we find him, and he's like, oh yeah, he's English. So yeah, you know, I got tired running after him, so I just said I'd come in here and have a pint. That's what I said. Probably stupid English accent, but you know. So that's what happened there. All was well that ended well, and then the third time was a bit more serious. Well, it was a lot more serious actually. It was my home, and I was in Capri, myself and my ex-husband, and we were on holiday, and we got a phone call to say that our house had been broken into, and my first engagement ring, why I say first is he replaced it, was stolen, and I had a Tiffany little heart necklace was stolen, and there was cash stolen. The only reason there was cash in the house that time was we had just moved in and we were buying furniture and stuff. There would never be cash in the house. And so that was painful. That was very, very painful because, first of all, I didn't know even the ring was there. I was saying to my ex, why are you even, it's fine, it's just cash, nobody was hurt, it's okay, I don't mind about the necklace, nobody was hurt, it's okay. And then he had to explain to me, he goes, look Viv, you know, I was like, what? So then we thought it was an inside job. So whether that maybe have happened tomorrow, that was an inside job, people are watching all the time. So that is a little story. Anyway, in the end, unfortunately, the ring or nothing was insured because I wasn't supposed to have it and he didn't get to that stage yet. So that's why we think it was an inside job. In Tamara's situation, I don't know if you've watched her video, but people were going about, oh, you'll be okay, you'll get the insurance back. She may not. And not only that, it's not about that. Some of the items she had, particularly her Hermes bags, were so valuable, but not only, like, they're so rare, and the colours are so hard to come by, the combinations are so hard to come by, the memories of her first one and where she got it and how she got it. That's what's important. And the memories, the people, the love, all of that, that's what's important. So I really just wanted to touch on this with you guys today. And I'd love you to comment down below, good, bad, negative, positive comments that you have are really, really important because I can see everybody starting to interact. Also, I wanted to say that these items don't give you, I mean, we've all seen the stories of the influencers that are sad and that are empty and they get absolutely no fulfillment from these items. There's just stuff, frivolous stuff, that you might say, if it's okay for you to call it frivolous now, but in the bigger picture of scheme of things, if you're not getting joy and value and love and appreciation and happiness out of your everyday life, believe you me, these items will not give you that. I had them all in my marriage and it didn't give me that either. So that is why I want to tell you that. Like, I had everything, absolutely everything. Why wasn't I happy? It's just an image. It's a fake front for some people to perceive and to show people what an amazing life. It's all about social status and look at me, my life is just fantastic. Listen, nobody's life is fantastic. You can make it as fantastic as you want to make it. But these items and these material things are not going to make you happy if you're not already happy on the inside. Yes, they will bring you extra joy and appreciation if you've worked for them, if you're enjoying them every day and getting value out of them that way. But just level up in your own life, make connections. Gratitude is something, I think gratitude and humor are always going to get us through the dark days in life, are always going to get us through anything in life. If we always take a step back and put everything into perspective and say, look, I'm safe, my kids are safe, it's a sunny day, and what more do I want? I have a roof over my head, I have food in my belly, I have music on, and that's a great, always turn on music, by the way, you know me from music, always turn the music on. Mariana, could we have some music, please? Yes. I always want you to feel good when you come here. This is a feel good channel and this is what it is for you. Not only is it to look at bags, but to learn more and feel good about yourself and grow and learn and develop. And gratitude and humor will absolutely carry you through any of the dark times that you have. I also want to leave you with, it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal and how you respond to what happens to you that makes the difference. That has helped me through so many different areas of my life. I really have, you know, held on to that in darker times of my life. And another one I hold on to is, it's not how much you fall, but it's how quick you get back up again. If anything has happened to you, if anything, and of course it has, because it happens to us all. And that's what life is all about. It's a learning experience. And always remember to be kind in life. And it's kindness and experience is all that matters. And apart from that, remember, the little things are the big things. Until next time, I hope you got some value out of this video. Be kind, be safe, be compassionate. Love you guys lots. Mwah.